bring to you this this question. I want to answer this question for you, particularly for those who have been really paying attention to what's going on. If you're not paying attention, to be honest, oh my microphone. If you haven't been paying attention to all the hype about AI, then I don't really know where you've been. But if you are now curious about that, maybe that's why you're tapping in. It's important for us as individuals, as people, as part of this economic, what is the language I want to say? As part of just a society that makes money, spends money, is in that job working experience, we need to know what's really happening, okay? You need to know what's happening because things happen up under people's noses when they're not paying attention. Okay, so today's live topic is the question, is AI coming for your job? Now, that's a very good question. And you also want to know what jobs are most likely affected. Now, I got this information because I watch a lot of news, I read some articles, and I'm very, very interested at this time that we're living in. And what I have discovered is that the key jobs that are most likely at risk and what you can do about it, but you need to know the high risk categories. The high risk categories that of jobs that are most likely affected by AI are data entry and administrative support. So if you were in kind of role like that, working for a company, then that could be in danger depending on the company size and their budget. Call center and customer service jobs, they are at in danger. Now, we saw it when people just had customer service jobs, and then all of a sudden they started bringing in people to fulfill those jobs in different in different countries. Hi. So that's interesting because, you suddenly have a job and then it's being outshored to India. And so that happened some years ago. Now we're seeing, what's that, Cole? Now we're seeing something else taking place is the chat bots. We've all been on websites where the chat bots are answering questions for you. So that's customer service roles and call center jobs are being taken. Bookkeeping and payroll. If you are doing bookkeeping or payroll, then you need to really understand that your job could be at risk. Or you might find when you're looking for a job, the least amount of opportunities, depending particularly how big of an organization that you're applying for, but also the smaller companies are using platforms like QuickBook. For example, some of those bookkeeping jobs will continue to dwindle, and so pay attention to what's going on. Now, here's something: basic graphic design roles are being taken, and low-tier copywriting. So copywriting, say for social media copywriting, a lot of companies realize, oh, I can just use ChatGPT and it can put me out some copy, and Bob's your uncle, everything is all good. You don't have to pay that junior copywriter anymore. You just think about how companies are taking on that thing, what's it called, Copilot, which is through Outlook. They're having people write in-house emails. And so they're also using that and different platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok to go ahead and do the low-tier copywriting. So just be paying attention to that if you have those, if that's what you do. Get this, paralegal or legal assistance jobs will be taken over. Now, in 2023, I was looking this up, okay, because we had, from 2022, ChatGPT in November had launched, and then we had, what we did not know and what a lot of people did not know was that there was already AI software out there. It just wasn't like the generative AI that we have right now. And there are legal software right? Paralegal legal software where it's saving law firms a lot of money. So this was already happening before ChatGPT, and now we're seeing it even more because it's not the ChatGPT, it's the open AI platform where people can use that, create products and services that then take away these jobs. They'll come to a law firm and say, hey, look, we've got this legal software that's AI generating, and it can help save you a lot of time with research, et cetera, et cetera. And all you need to do is have, instead of 10 people doing that research, all you need to have is 2 people to say, do some quality checking. So start to think about how this can happen in the business you may be working for. A very interesting one, but I saw it coming, we should have all seen this coming, is junior software development. Well, if you paid attention to the ChatGPT and everything, they sit there, and OpenAI, they sit there and basically are telling you what they're doing, right? They're telling you that we have created something, a ChatGPT, that can develop code that's better than a Python or whatever like type of software that people need to know how to use. They're already putting this out there. They're testing it. They're making it seem like it's the greatest thing on earth. Don't get me wrong. I see the utility of AI, but I also see how it is going to destroy the working class, and I should say the middle class. It's the people with the white collar jobs. They are the ones who are going to start to feel it even more so. I work with people. I am an executive coach and a psychologist, and I'm seeing it more and more that that people will be kind of being pushed out of their jobs already. So this is not anything that you should just think it's not going to happen to you. Another question within this is, should you be worried? Yes, but again, don't panic. But you must be curious and not paralyzed, right? Figure it out. Is my job repetitive? Let me say, you just joining me, you're talking about repetitive, rule-based, and predictable tasks. If the job you're going for, or good morning, or that the job you're going for, the job you have, these are the types of jobs that are at risk, okay? So should you be worried? It's not about fear, it's about adapting fast. So you must adapt to these things very quickly. Go and get yourself some kind of little AI certification. It doesn't have to be big, but at least have it on your resume that you understand how to use AI prompting to get the best output. A lot of people don't understand the prompting part of how valuable that is. People that can prompt and it comes out with really useful information, those people will be more likely to hold on to their job. I saw a job, a company called KPMG, and I saw some people on LinkedIn. They had just got this kind of AI course they'd gone through, and they had put that certificate on their LinkedIn page, and that is showing recruiters that this person is very much aware of what's going on, and they can sell that person better to another company. I want to talk about what Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, what he said. Now, this is going back to 2023, and he said, I've come to the conclusion that the kind of intelligence we're developing is very different from the intelligence that we have. We're biological systems, and